I have reached week 7. I can't believe that I'm already at the end here. Few notes about this week. I am going away with my boyfriend Paul to celebrate Valentine's Day, like a nice little fun vacation. I am not going to be following the 50-day challenge during those 3 days. And I feel that's a pretty big loss of 3 days, like right at the end of the 50 days. So what I'm going to do instead is add an additional 3 days on. Will also then end me on a Friday. The 25th will be the final day of the 50-day challenge. This is the final stretch. I'm going to be doing my absolute best to hit every single task every single day. Let's get going with the last stretch here. First workout of the week and somehow tripped the breaker on the treadmill in the gym, but continued on with my leg day. I never want to fall out of this workout routine. I am feeling so good. Eating healthy, working out like this, working out as often as I am, and like really pushing myself to go every single day. I feel invincible. This is incredible. Day 44. I'm still trying to sub in tea occasionally instead of coffee every day, and then after that I made my favorite protein oatmeal for breakfast. I know I show a lot of different meals in these videos, and a few of you have actually messaged me for the recipes, so comment down below if there are any recipes that you want me to share. While a lot of this challenge is focused on healthy habits like eating well and working out, things that typically result in losing weight, I want to emphasize that that's not the main goal. My main goal is to work out to feel strong and able in my body and eat well to fuel my body. The only weight we will be actively trying to lose this year is the weight of self-deprecating thoughts and any dead weight relationships. Over the weekend, I left the city with my boyfriend on a romantic getaway into the woods, and while I didn't adhere to the 50-day challenge, it's still a good time to remember that we all deserve breaks, and that includes a vacation here and there, and not just a weekend off of work. Day 46, and I'm in the final stretch. Day 47. I had another photo shoot this day, so I had to get up extra early and make coffee to go. It was a catalog shoot for a brand I've worked with before called Windhorse, and they had snacks on set and provided us lunch.
Okay, bye.
That's a wrap. For dinner, I made some quick tuna salad before doing some relaxing yoga. I was also cat sitting for a friend this week, so say hi to Moto in the corner. Day 50, the final day of the challenge.
Please don't put your butt on my smoothie. I'm sorry, Moto. Of course that scared you.
And here I am, relieved that I finished the final workout of this challenge. And that is the challenge complete. Hello! I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Aislinn, why did this last section take so long to come out? And I know. It's like months since the last portion I uploaded of the 50-day challenge. However, basically, the initial intent behind even doing the 50-day challenge in the first place was to get myself in the most optimal daily structure and mindset and habits to put myself in the most productive environment and headspace to get more and better work done. And it worked. It worked so well that all the other areas of my work absolutely took off, and I got so busy I was not able to pay attention or put in the effort into my YouTube channel. However, I have seen in the last week or even just couple of days, this series has absolutely taken off, and thank you so much for all of the love and support on it. But I know that I owe you this final video and now an update, a long-term look at after you finish the 50-day challenge, what are the long-term effects? Because it's great if you finish the 50 days, but what if nothing sticks? This is the what happened next update. Okay, so let's talk about before and after, because I know I didn't do that in the end of this video. If you noticed, I stopped focusing as much on the progress photos that I was taking as the series went on. So here is a before at the very beginning of the 50-day challenge, and then here I am at the end of the 50-day challenge. Now I really don't want to focus too much on the physical appearance aspect of this challenge. If you notice, I haven't mentioned anything about weight or calories or measurements or anything like that, because focusing on things like that too much can be very damaging, and I do not want to contribute to that for someone who may be struggling with it, especially because every single body is different. Every single person is different. And the number of calories that I may need during a day to feel fueled and energized may be less or more than someone else. Basically, what I'm trying to say is every single person is different. And so I am not going to be providing any of my numbers so that no one is comparing their personal experience with my experience. So please, if you're watching this, especially if you're watching this to get bikini ready, this is your reminder that everybody is a bikini body. So go stand in that mirror and love yourself, babe. Okay, so I am going to quickly go over every single one of the habits that I did and talk about the intention behind why I did them in the first place, whether I have stuck with them, and what I learned from them. Okay, so first, waking up early. The intent was to have more structure in my day and also just wake up earlier to get more work done during the day. Have I stuck to it? Both yes and no. I do wake up earlier more often, but the biggest difference is honestly that I'm going to bed earlier. I'm no longer staying up until 3 a.m. on a regular basis. So while I do wake up earlier now, more so than I did before the challenge, I'm not doing it as religiously as I did during the actual challenge. So what have I learned from this habit? Waking up early is a way to maintain discipline across my day and a way to make sure I'm holding myself accountable for not just habits, but also work and goals that I have set for myself. Drinking lemon water. The intention. I saw a couple comments asking about the benefits and the intent, why I was drinking the hot lemon water in the morning. And I just want to be clear, the intention was absolutely not to like lose weight or boost metabolism or claim any sort of crazy health benefits like a lot of influencers will with hot lemon water. It will change your life. But it was purely to act as a mindfulness technique to ground and anchor me in the morning. I know from my past habits that if I maintain beginning my day with hot lemon water, it's a way to keep myself accountable for making healthy and productive choices throughout the day. Basically, I've trained myself to associate beginning my day with that as it being a productive day. So that was the intention. Have I stuck with it? Yes. Absolutely. Like I said, I've basically Pavlovian trained myself to associate starting my day with hot lemon water as being a good day. So what I have learned, having an anchor like this, especially right in the morning, is a really important practice to maintain mindfulness throughout your day. And yours doesn't have to be lemon water. It could be drinking an entire glass of water first thing in the morning or washing your face first thing in the morning, but something that you do every single morning to anchor and is a symbol to yourself that you are choosing to make healthy choices for you for the rest of the day. Healthy eating. The intention. Being realistic, I am a model and an actress, so I really do keep my physical appearance and figure in mind because it is realistically part of my job. However, that is a very complex and nuanced discussion, and I was going into this 50-day challenge with the intention of eating healthy, not to lose weight, but instead to fuel my body with all of the nutrients that it needs, rather than approaching it from the perspective of depriving my body of those things that bring me pleasure like chocolate and bread. So have I stuck to it? Not as much. Again, this is part of a larger, more nuanced conversation that has to do with, honestly, everyone's relationship with food and my own personal relationship with food, and kind of this repeating pattern that I have of a pendulum of being really, really healthy and then going and swinging back onto the side of like treating myself, but like indulging a little bit too much, and while indulging, not making sure that I'm getting all of the nutrients that I actually need throughout the day. However, I do think that this 50-day challenge had an overall positive impact on my diet because I tried a lot of new recipes and I actually learned to enjoy cooking for myself even more than I did before, but I have not been sticking to as clean of a diet as I did during the 50 days. What I learned, I actually learned through this process that I was not eating enough calories throughout the day. I did track my calories. However, again, it was not to limit my calorie intake, but it was actually to realize that when I was just eating and not paying attention, I wasn't getting enough calories throughout the day. I was also not getting enough protein. And so I've learned that if I really, really focus on getting more high protein each meal, it will help me feel more energized and satisfied longer throughout the day. Also, carbs are good for you. All right, working out. So the intention behind this, again, was not coming from the perspective of, I'm gonna try to lose as much weight as possible, but instead coming from this background of, I have danced my entire life. I seriously trained from the age of 6 all the way through college. And so I have always had a really conditioned body. And I love that feeling. It's incredibly empowering. And I feel better in my body inside and out when I am at that level of fitness. So I wanted to get back to that level. Have I stuck with it? Not as much as the 50-day challenge. However, I am now working out way more than I was before the 50-day challenge. And I have maintained a much higher level of fitness. Now, obviously, I just said I'm not working out as much as I was during the 50-day challenge, but that is because, you know, I really was pushing. I was trying to be active 6 days a week. That is only 1 day off, and that isn't super realistic for a long-term period of time. But I am still working out way more, and I'm really enjoying it. What I have learned. Now, this further emphasized what I already knew. Working out gives you happy hormones and makes you feel so much better. I also learned to be a lot more comfortable in the gym. I know a lot of women may feel uncomfortable being in the gym and weightlifting because it is seen as more of a masculine, male-dominated space. But the more I went, the more empowered I felt and the more comfortable I was. So if you are the type of person who, when you go into the gym, you feel really uncomfortable, you feel really out of place, just keep going. I promise it will begin to feel more natural. Drinking lots of water. The intention was, it's so good for you. It clears up your skin, it improves your digestion, and it boosts your energy. Need I say more? So I wanted to get back to a high level of water intake. So did I stick with it? Yes. I have been drinking so much more water on a daily basis. I've even gotten to the point now where I can actually really feel a difference when I don't get enough water. I currently know I have not had enough water today. What I have learned. Water is the water of life. It is that special secret ingredient. Drink it, believe me. Also, I've learned that when you initially increase your intake, you are going to have to pee a lot, but promise me your body's gonna end up balancing out and that will not last. Meditating. What was the intention? Basically, I've always known that it's good for you, but I was never actually good about doing it on a regular basis at all. And I also wanted to make sure that I had enough mindfulness and mindset practices built into this 50-day challenge. Again, not just about the physical aspects. Did I stick with it? Not daily, but oh my God, I meditate so much more now. I now know that if halfway through the day I get that foggy brain feeling or I get stressed or anxious, any sort of I feel a blockage mentally, I now make the choice of pulling up 10-minute guided meditation on YouTube. Super easy. There's so many of them. You can find ones that work best for you. I do the 10-minute meditation and I can feel the stress and the anxiety and the fogginess just melt away in that moment. So while I may not be doing it daily, I am doing it so much more. I'm practically doing it daily. What I've learned, the power of meditation is incredible. I really can't recommend it enough. And honestly, the best way to understand what I am talking about is just doing it. Just commit. It's 10 minutes. 10 minutes every single day. Even just do it for a week. Do it for 30 days. Just see how it feels and you will immediately know what I'm talking about. Lastly, reading. What was the intention? I miss reading for fun, and it is good for you. It's also a great way to ease yourself into a better night's sleep rather than sitting there and scrolling on your phone with the blue light. Have I stuck with it? Not at all. Unfortunately, I wish I could say I did not. As soon as the 50 days were over, that was the first thing to immediately drop. But things that I learned, while I don't do this anymore, there are some side effects from it that have still stuck around. One being, I now put my phone away at the end of the night before I actually get into bed, which also means I'm not scrolling endlessly on TikTok till the wee hours of the morning. I now also plug my phone in across the room, which means I then have to get up and walk across my apartment in the morning when my alarm is going off, which means I get up more consistently. So will I ever read again? Yes. I love reading on vacation, but I'm probably gonna be sticking to audiobooks while home for now. Overall conclusion, the 50-day challenge worked. It really did. While I may not be sticking to all of the habits as religiously as I was during the 50 days, I'm still maintaining them far better than I was before this challenge. And the amount that I'm following them now is just more reasonable. The challenge was a challenge for a reason, and I'm not going to lie, it took a lot of effort, but it was so worth it. I also have a boosted confidence now because I did this thing and I proved to myself that I can do something difficult, this hard challenge, as long as I set my mind to it. I'm now more in tune with myself and what my body needs. And the amount of work I get done now is huge. I'm working smarter, I'm doing better quality of work. My career is going very well and I'm very excited for what the rest of this year holds. I'm more focused, I'm more grounded, and I feel like I work through bullshit faster. Now, I know a lot of you have questions about this challenge. Please comment them down below because I'm actually going to be doing a Q&A video about the 50-day challenge next week, which I will tag here once it's up. I'm also planning on doing a new and improved 50-day challenge with everything that I learned through this experience and making it better. And I'm interested if any of you would like to join me. If you are, again, please comment down below or message me on Instagram. I would love to put together a group of people who want to do this so that we can motivate each other, inspire each other, and hold each other accountable. If you found this series helpful, please hit that subscribe button. The community has been growing so much and I'm so thankful for that, and I'm hoping that we can hit 10K soon. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Smilin Aislinn, and I can't wait to grow this channel with you all. Thank you again so much for all of the support. I really, really love every single comment, question, DM that I've been getting about this. You guys are so great. So thank you all. I will see you next week. And most importantly, remember to keep smiling. Bye.